Hi everyone, I'm Mikey and this is Anna, and we're from Valley STEM. Today, we're going to be teaching you about the 3 states of matter.
Have you ever wondered how water can be a liquid, then freeze to be an ice cube? Well, these different forms are known as states of matter, and that's what we're going to be talking about today.
Now, you might be thinking, what is matter? Well, matter is anything that takes up space. For example, an apple, a car, a person. Everything you've ever touched is made up of matter.
Matter comes in 3 different states. These states are solid, liquid, and gas. Today, we'll use water as our example. Can you think of water in these 3 different states? As a solid, as a liquid, or as a gas? For a solid, you're probably thinking of an ice cube. Liquid's pretty easy, it's just plain old drinking water, or rain. For gas, we'll think of steam.
To go a little more in depth, we can take a look at the molecules. Just so we all know, molecules are what join together to help form matter, but we'll take a deeper look at that in our next lesson. As for our states of matter, molecules act differently in each state because of their speed and distance apart. In a solid, molecules are packed closely together and move slowly with each other, meaning objects can't pass through them. We can visualize this with a table. A table's molecules are packed together so close, as we can see, our hand can't go through. Now, liquid molecules are different. They're further apart than solids and move a bit faster, but they still stick together. Think of swimming. We can move through the water, but not very fast. Now for gas. The molecules are completely different than the other 2. They're far apart from one another and move very quickly, so they don't stick together at all. Wave your hand through the air. See how easy that was? That's because the molecules are so far apart.
So now that we know what each state is, how does matter go from one to the next? Going back to our water example, how does water become an ice cube? How does it become steam? It's important to know that these are physical changes. Even though water may become an ice cube, it's still water. So how does water become an ice cube? We freeze it, of course. Remember, solids move slow and are packed close together. So how do we slow down faster molecules? By cooling matter, we are able to slow down the molecules and they move closer together. And that's how you go from a liquid to a solid. What if we want to reverse that process? Have you ever dropped an ice cube on the floor and it starts to melt? That's because the molecules are heating up and beginning to move faster and spread out, turning into a liquid. What if we apply higher heat? When a pot of water boils, what do you see? Steam! That's because the more heat you apply, the faster the molecules become and the more spread out they get. And that's how you go from a liquid to a gas.
Okay, that was a lot of explaining. How about you see how molecules interact for yourself? When I say go to the States of Matter simulation by PhET Labs. Link is in the description. Once you're there, make sure to click the box labeled States. It should have an ice cube, a raindrop, and a cloud. Before you get started, click the Water option under Atoms and Molecules so that you can connect what we've learned about today. Play around with the Heat and Cool option. What do you notice? Is it like what we talked about? What's going on with the molecule's speed and distance? Try changing the matter to each different state. Alright, now go ahead and try it out. Pause the video now and get started. And when you've finished, come back so that we can wrap things up.
Hopefully, you were able to see a visualization of how the molecules react in each state. To wrap up, what are some things we learned today? We learned that there are 3 states of matter: solid, liquid, and gas, and we saw some examples of them. We also learned each state's characteristics and how we can change matter from each different state. For review, try answering these questions.
Good work today. If you're watching this as part of our school or library programs, return to the digital session. If you aren't and you have any questions, send us an email at questions@valleystem.org. We'll be happy to answer. Thank you for watching and we'll catch you next time.